Well, I'm going to start out by saying welcome to our special operations room
Thanks for
here
having
for
me.
Callisto in Mission Control here at Johnson Space Center. I am very excited to have you as our guest today.
Pumped to be here.
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. So my name is Justin Nicholas. I'm the lead designer for Alexa on this project, and I'm going to help you out with your experience with Callisto today. Callisto is a technology demonstration between Lockheed Martin, Amazon, and WebEx by Cisco. And we're testing how commercial technology can help future astronauts on deep space missions.
Incredible.
So before we jump in any further though, have you ever wanted to go to space?
There was a time when I was younger where I thought I looked pretty cool in the flight suit. But I don't know. I don't think I'm cut out for it. I'm much more comfortable behind a desk like this.
Yeah?
So I think I would fare well here.
Well, that's going to work out well for you today. Well, you're in luck because we weren't able to get you a seat on board Orion today.
Oh, man. Too bad.
But I think we have the next best thing. So we invited you here to help us test the technology that we built.
Yeah.
So today, you're going to imagine that you are an astronaut inside the crew cabin or a virtual crew member inside of Orion as you interact with the technology today.
Incredible.
Yeah. So what we're going to do to kind of help set the scene here is I'm going to have Rich. Rich, can you bring up the external cameras?
Wow.
Yeah.
That is nuts. That's
So imagine that
happening
you're
right now.
inside Orion, and then you look out the window and you would see these views.
Insane.
Yeah, no, these views are incredible. So these
Insane.
are taken from external cameras that are on the solar array wings. So you're kind of getting, Orion here is kind of taking a selfie of itself with the
Incredible.
the camera out there. So these photos were taken within the last 24 hours, and then we downlink them here. So these aren't live.
Got it.
But would you like to see a live view from
I would
inside the
love
spacecraft?
to. Let's see it.
All right. Can we bring up cab 3, cab 4?
Insane.
Yeah. So this is a live view inside Orion. On the left-hand side, this is the Callisto payload.
Yep.
And then on the right-hand side, this is a view that if you were sitting in one of the astronaut seats that you would have.
That's unbelievable. So what all am I looking at
Yeah.
in this one here?
So on the top half,
Yeah.
you have 4 windows. You can kind of see a little bit of light refracting
Yeah.
top center right there.
Looks like some stars, maybe?
Yeah, I think it might just be the window, but it kind of does look like stars.
Does, yeah.
And then we have the payload in the middle.
Yep.
And then below that, you see that little orange thing
do,
down there?
yep.
That's Snoopy. Snoopy in an orange suit. So he's our
Love it.
zero gravity indicator.
Look at
Looks
that.
like he's a little stuck down there.
Yeah.
Over on the left here, it looks like there's an astronaut that is actually a mannequin, Commander Munikin Campos, which is the name, and it is getting data as it's going around the moon to make, we're gathering that data so we can harvest it and use it for future spaceflight to make sure everybody's safe.
Incredible.
Yeah,
You realize how cool your job is, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
Pretty awesome.
All right, so now let's say that you're an astronaut, you're inside Orion here, ready to start your day.
Yep.
The life of an astronaut in space is very scheduled. Their time is very valuable. They have a lot of things to do. So
I get it. It's like being on tour.
Exactly. You follow a
Just
schedule.
in space.
Exactly. So this is going to be very similar to that. So in front of you, we have a crew timeline here that we're going to refer to throughout the day that'll keep us on track.
Okay.
And as you can see there, one of the things that we have to do is a status report. So just like when people wake up here on Earth, one of the first things they do is they grab their phone. They want to see what they missed. They want to see what's coming up. Well, for astronaut, one of the things that they do is that they check the status of the battery.
Makes sense.
The battery provides power for all the subsystems that keep the vehicle and the astronauts healthy. So on the left-hand side here, in the display is something similar that future astronauts would see for the battery. So if you could take a look at that and give me the battery status.
I feel like I'm back in middle school here taking a test.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that is the correct answer.
Yeah.
We don't expect you to
What
know.
would you have done if I was like, oh yeah, it's...
I would have loved it.
74%.
I would have loved it. You'd have been
That's-
greenlit to become an astronaut. So we don't expect you to be able to understand a complex design like this without the same kind of training an astronaut would go through. So, but one of the things that Callisto is testing is how we take this same information and then make it in optimized ways depending on who's looking at it. So Ari, can you bring up the optimized solar display? So they're sending a command up to the vehicle to be able to change what's on the screen there.
That's crazy. I just saw that.
Yeah. So now this is a more simplified, optimized version of this. So now can you take a look at and tell me what the average battery charge is? You see that?
Average battery charge says like 95.4.
Yep, I think that's right.
Gotta get my eyes checked here.
No, I see it the same. So well done. So you're halfway on to becoming an astronaut right there.
And it's that easy.
Yeah, just that easy. So we're going to bring up another display. Ari, can you bring up the telemetry screen? So you can kind of hear him give the command to the back room. They're sending that signal up to Orion, and then you can kind of see a change up there.
Distance from Earth, miles, 208,348.
Isn't that insane?
That is nuts.
All right, so looking at our status report, we have confirm MET. So let's see here. We have, I'm sure you know T-minus countdown before rocket launches.
Yep.
So that's before launch. After launch, it counts up. That's a mission elapsed time.
Got it.
So can you look up here and can you
Mission
tell me what
elapsed time.
day of the mission we're in?
What day of the mission we're in? I assume it's just the whatever's in the parentheses. Okay, yeah. So day 6,
That's correct.
hour 15,
Mm-hmm.
minute 10, second 25.
That's right.
0600. No, it's the days.
Yeah, that's right.
Just wanted to sound cool when I said it.
Get that authenticity in there. All right, so we're about halfway done with our status check. We have a couple more things that we want to check off our list. But instead of using these screens inside Orion to be able to get that information, we're going to use our virtual assistant, Alexa, to get that information.
Sounds cool.
So Alexa has the same access to all the flight software and data that is using to populate these screens.
Insane.
All right. So what we have to do, though, is we have to get your voice from here in Mission Control up to Orion so that Alexa
Just a
can hear
casual
you.
208,000 miles away.
Exactly. I'm glad you understand the gravity of this.
Yeah.
So what we're going to use is something called the Deep Space Network. And that is a series of communication dishes here on Earth that are strategically positioned around the Earth that are one's always pointed towards the vehicle. And then over the last 50 years, like every deep space mission has used the Deep Space Network to communicate with it. When Neil Armstrong took his first steps on the moon, he used the Deep Space Network to communicate his famous quote back to Earth. And today, you're going to use that same network to send your voice to Orion.
I don't feel worthy.
Oh, you are. Okay. So it's just like in the training room. Grab that, and then. All right. Are you ready to send your voice into space?
I am ready.
All right. Send that command up there when you're ready.
Alexa, how much oxygen do we have left? Alexa, how much oxygen do we have left?
Since Artemis 1 is an uncrewed mission, the vehicle is not flying with oxygen reserves on board. However, the crew cabin is filled prior to launch with oxygen and nitrogen in percentages similar to the atmosphere on Earth. 21% oxygen, 78% nitrogen. The crew cabin currently has 11.6 pounds oxygen and 37.5 pounds nitrogen.
All right.
Wow. That is pretty mind-blowing.
Do you have an Alexa device at home?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you speak to Alexa, your voice goes up to the cloud and it comes back. It happens very fast.
Yeah.
If an astronaut were to do that here, it would take could be upwards of 20 seconds for that information to come back down to the cloud here on Earth and go all the way back. And that's a long time to wait for a voice conversation.
It is.
So Amazon created something called local voice control technology that takes all that power that we do in the cloud, turning your voice into words, turning those words into what you want to do. We're doing all of that on board Orion without the need for an internet connection, so that astronauts are able to get that information instantaneously.
That's so crazy.
You want to do another one?
I would love to.
All right. Just send that command there. Do you want me to hold it?
I'll do a little selfie.
Oh, sure,
video
sure.
of
You
this.
got it. You're a pro.
Hold on, me. Okay. Alexa, how far away from Earth are you? Alexa, how far away from Earth are you?
Currently, Orion is 208,350 miles away from Earth and 36,195 miles away from the Moon.
Casual.
All right, we have one more voice test we can do. You want to send that last one there?
Alexa, how fast is Orion going? Alexa, how fast is Orion going?
All right, you want to give that one more try?
Alexa, how fast is Orion going?
There we go.
Alexa, how fast is Orion going?
Orion's current relative velocity to Earth is 3,032 miles per hour. The maximum speed Orion will travel during the mission is 24,700 miles per hour upon Earth entry.
That's nuts.
Yeah, very fast. Faster than any car that I've rented.
Very cool.
Okay, so now that we've tested how Alexa can help astronauts inside Orion in the future, we're going to now test video conferencing through the Deep Space Network. Okay?
Sounds complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated. So what we're going to do, on my mark, I'm going to have you hit this button here. And what that's going to do is it's going to activate this camera, and it's going to project you into space on Callisto.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Which button? Sorry, I missed the tutorial here.
No, it's okay. It's the Call Orion one.
Sounds good.
All right.
I can do that.
Are you ready to make a video call to space?
I was born for this.
All right, let's do it. Go ahead when you're ready. Initiate the call. Oh, there we go. So that'll send the command to the tablet on the left. All right, that works here. And then over on the left, should be able to initiate that call.
There we are.
There's some of it. Just waiting for it to go to space. So what WebEx did is they created a bespoke version of WebEx. Oh, here it comes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's difficult to send audio and video over 200,000 miles away. And there you are in space.
Wow. Hello. Hello, space.
Here, do you want me to get a selfie over here?
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Turn around quick when we can get you. Here you go.
Which way am I turning?
This way right here. Here, let me get one of just you. Ready? All right, I'll get those to you. Awesome.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, so there's your space debut.
My space debut. That is so cool. So this will be operational for astronauts from now on, basically, this technology.
So what we're doing here is we're testing to see if these technologies would be helpful for astronauts. And that's why we invited you in, to go through this test to make sure that looks like it's valuable for the crew. We're testing the technology to make sure that the communication up to the vehicle works. You can see we had a little loss of signal here. To make sure that the technology we put on board works.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of moving pieces that we want to test. So Orion or Artemis 1 they're testing a lot of things. So Artemis 1 is testing the launch vehicle, the SLS. It's testing the crew cabin, Orion, and then we're testing our secondary payload, Callisto. So I'm going to check in to see, are we going to have any more views up here? Or?
Yeah, we're transitioning the dish right now.
Okay.
That
Okay. So there, like I was talking about, there's these 3 dishes or 3 sites with these communication dishes on Earth.
Yep.
And as the Earth turns, it kind of switches between them.
Got
And
it.
I heard that we're transitioning between one of the big 70-meter ones and one of the smaller ones. And I guess when that happens, we lose
Got it,
some
got it.
signal.
So cool.
It happens, yeah, it also happens with the ISS. So we're not special in that respect. It happens to
Yeah.
everybody.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So how long have you been working on this project?
I've been working on it for 4 years.
4 years.
I know some of the guys over at Lockheed and NASA have been working on it even longer, but it's very exciting to see somebody like yourself come in and be able to test it out. It feels
insane.
feels very real, right?
Yeah, it's got to be gratifying
It really is.
after so much hard work.
Yep. Oh, you guys give me a signal when you're ready. I hear a lot of engineering chatter, but I don't hear just you. I hear it all. So what'd you get at the gift shop? Did you stop there?
I got my my daughter some stuff, a onesie and a flight jacket.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff in there.
It's awesome.
I've been in there the last couple of days, and I'm just like looking at my luggage to see like how much space do I have to get all this stuff
Yeah.
home. I'm thinking about shipping another bag home.
Probably smart.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I live in Seattle. We're at
Nice.
the Amazon headquarters there.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm just glad it's sunny here today.
Yeah,
I was
it's
feeling a little
beautiful.
Seattle this morning. We're good to go? All right. Do you have any smart devices in your house? Like smart home stuff?
Yeah, I think so. I kind of, I like the Alexa because it's just kind of everything.
Yeah.
But the other things I like to kind of do things myself
Yeah.
sometimes. You know what I mean?
I absolutely hear you.
Sort of analog that way. But I do have a few things.
Yeah. I think it's important to have the analog options, especially
Yeah.
if somebody comes over,
Totally.
you have to know how to be able to use it. So millions of people on Earth rely on Alexa to manage their smart home. And for the Callisto payload, we have some lights on board the cabin that we can
That's so
control.
cool.
Would you like to test that out?
I
Control
would
it?
like to. Yeah.
All right.
I'll basically do anything you want me to do. Alexa, set the light to blue.
Alexa, set the light to blue.
That was like
Okay.
instant.
Yeah. I think you just sent the farthest smart home command to Alexa in history right there.
Can I get a Guinness Book of World Records for that? Something.
I do have one more here for you if you want to do it. That's a fun one.
I bet. Alexa, turn on party mode.
Alexa, turn on party mode.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Turning on celebration lighting.
They're dancing over there
phenomenal.
in Mission Control.
That's so wild.
So these are examples of being able to use voice in space and then trying to bring some of the conveniences that we have here on Earth and hopefully bring them up to space for future astronauts. So do you have any loved ones or family members that you think would want to go to space?
I have lots, but two come to mind right away.
Yeah, who is that?
I mean, my wife was pretty jealous that I was coming here today. So
I bet.
she's a big fan of NASA as a whole and of this, and had dreams of going to space. And then I think I'd love to send a message to my daughter, but also all young people out there to dream big. Because look at where that could take you.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So we're going to move over to the whiteboard over here and test how future crew members can interact with coworkers when they're on a deep space mission. So if you want to follow me over there.
Love to.
Great. All right. So imagine that your wife and your daughter are on a spaceship on Orion,
Yeah.
and you're here in Mission Control, and you're able to use this whiteboard to send them a message. What do you want to send to them?
Here we go. Boom.
I love it. And if you look over here, your message is inside Orion in space.
That's so cool.
It's very cool.
That's like the worst handwriting ever in space.
It's the message that counts. It looks
It
great.
is. Wow, that's so radical.
All right, so now that you're familiar with the whiteboard here, you have a good
Yep.
feel for it, I have another task for you. So let's say that they were on board Orion and they're gonna land on the moon.
Yeah.
They sent you this photo, you're here in Mission Control, and your job, I'll give you this, your job is to be able to get them from here to here. So this is the landing site, and this is where they need to get some lunar samples. So if you were to draw a path in this lunar landscape, how would you draw a line from one to the other? If you were to give them instructions on how to like traverse the land here.
I feel like this is a trick question.
There's no trick question. You get to decide whatever you want to do. You can make it complicated, you can make it simple.
Okay, we're gonna go like this. We're gonna watch our step through here.
Yep.
We're gonna go around this way. Make sure to head over whatever this thing is over here.
Stand on the craters.
Get
I
some
like
good
it.
views. Come back down. Take a quick stop here for a little rest,
Yep.
and then come back around, all the way down. Boom.
Nice.
How's that?
Good. We need an alternate path though. NASA, we make sure that we always have a
Okay,
backup
makes
plan.
sense. Alternate path.
Yep.
We're gonna go like this. Boom. Through here.
Oh, I like that.
Through here. Rest. Then we're gonna take the long way around just to be extra safe. All the way around here. Up and over to our location.
I like it. I like this spot right here. It's like a little
Yeah,
oasis.
it's
There's
a little-
there's a
it's
certain
something
special
special
space
happening
spot
over there.
there. All right, fantastic. All right, so you can imagine how if we had this using this technology to communicate with somebody on board, be able
Yeah.
to like annotate drawings like this, send messages, or just collaborate with people remotely. Awesome.
Is this like the size of Texas
Oh,
between these two locations?
I'm not sure. I'd have to get some help on that. All right, so let's move back over to the desk. All right, so we're moving through our test here. So we just went through the collaboration test up there, number 5. And now we have some personal time. You can imagine that being away from family on a long duration mission, you need to keep a sense of humor to
Yeah.
keep your spirits up when
Watch
you're
a
away
couple
from
good
family.
movies.
Good movies, exactly. So we have Alexa's personality to help out with that.
Oh, perfect.
Do you want to give it a try?
Alexa, tell me a joke.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
How do astronomers detect asteroids that could hit the Earth? With a kaleidoscope.
Ah, I like it.
All right. So we've had a really busy day. The last thing that we have to do is to send the sleep sequence command. So when you're ready, you can send the last command of the day.
Alexa, go to sleep mode.
Alexa, go to sleep mode.
Turns off the lights.
Look at that.
Set some
Starting sleep sequence.
ambient sleep sounds. So if you're in the cabin.
Unbelievable. Well done.
Well done to
Pretty
you.
remarkable.
Thank you so much for coming in today and helping us test this out. We have a couple of things we want to do after this. The first thing, though, is we're commemorating everybody who interacts with the payload with a mission log over here. So you want to come
Amazing.
follow me over there? Perfect.
Would love to. Virtual
Share
crew
this.
member.
Make sure that it's up on there, and you can see that this will happen. I'll let you choose whatever color you want down there.
Green's cool. Why not? Signature or?
Yeah, put your signature up here. It is the 22nd for the date. And 11/22/22. Awesome.
So cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This was incredible. Appreciate it.
So we had a team in here helping us out. I think
Yep.
you heard them kind of talking, but we have a whole support room back here. That was kind of the magic behind the scenes. So do you
Awesome.
want to stop in and see?
Yeah, please.
See how they're doing. I can,
Thank you, guys. That was amazing.
Yeah. Good
Thank
job,
you so
team.
much. Very cool.